Hey, what up, beautifuls? I hope y'all are taking care of your minds, your hearts, and your entire being. Welcome to another community service that I do over here. If y'all don't know my name, I'm the Infinity Midwife. So let's just balance out the energies. Okay, so now that we started, I do want to say thank you for joining me. I'll try to do this, many times that I can. So I hope you can see this right here. This is where I'm going to be laying out the cards. So, yeah. So I like to start by chanting. So this is what I'm going to do. Hey, mama, hey, hey, mama, hey, hey, mama, hey, yo, mama, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, mama, hey. Okay, let's start. I greet you all. I greet you all for this community service gathering. So let's start. I want to greet you all for being here present tonight. Please enjoy, find beauty in this. Don't try to focus too much on, try to find beauty. So what's the message for tonight? Tonight I feel like I'm talking to the aspect of ourselves, divine masculine, okay? So we all are comprised of feminine energy and masculine energy. And so tonight I'm talking to that masculine aspect of yourself, okay? So when I'm talking to, what do I mean when I say I'm talking to the masculine aspect of self? Well, usually when we look at men in society, how do they behave? Well, they had that programming. They've received a programming as to how they needed to behave. Be very cold, detached, unemotional, right? That was the programming for the era that we had stepped in, which was the era of bondage. Men needed to be intimidating. They needed to be a certain way, right? To allow for exploitation to unfold on earth, right? For abuse to unfold, for misabuse of resources on this earth, on this realm. There was so much, like, we've who allowed for that agreement to take place? Was it really an agreement? I don't know. Was it an outer space invasion? Someone tell me. So, what's the message for tonight? So we got the number 441. Wait, let me see. 441. Yeah, y'all see it? 441. And so basically what I'm getting with this is, yo, wow. There's a lot to celebrate. There's a lot to celebrate. And when I say there's a lot to celebrate, now I know we're all going through rough patches in our lives. We're going through hard times. And I'm going to be the first one to tell you how, I was going through, and I'm still, a little bit patched up and shit. But to keep it real, y'all, we're all going through something that is destabilizing. That's what we've been talking about in all previous videos, that we are coming in at the end of time that we've known. Things are being shifted in order for us to understand that this realm was an illusion. It was like a hijack. You understand? Like a computer. Within a computer, there's like, I don't even know how to say this. Okay, let's say for instance, this realm is a computer. Okay? Just like a video game, right? Mario, like any video game you look at, it was someone who created that video game, right? And that someone that created that video game had a whole experience and background and understanding of what that realm is, or what the possibility of creating a realm or a world, right? So when you look at video games, there's like a variety of games. You're not going to find a game and it changes, it evolves with the times. The video games back in the 80s are sure not the same video games that people are playing right now. Before it was the basics of programming, right? You would be in front of a video game and the genius that would understand the patterns of how the game was designed, he would win all the games. But it was not about the graphics. It was not about the graphic. It was the mind of that person playing the video games that would associate, or that would have the reflex to identify the order of how the movement and the sequences were unfolding. You needed to have a fucking genius mind in order to do that, right? Okay, confirmation. So it's funny because my children watched a movie today, Pixels. Oh man, if y'all have not watched it, unfortunately I did not watch it, but I could hear the words, okay? I could hear like some of the sequences that was unfolding and stuff. So Wheel of Fortune, 12:34 on the clock. Yo, the wheels are turning. We need to have a lot of gratitude for what is unfolding right now, especially those that have been dedicated to that for at least a decade. That's funny. So 441. So there is a union, an initiation, by taking a risk, by doing things different, by stepping out of your usual emotional response, right? By you doing something different than what you were programmed to do, right? And so when we look at men were programmed to fit a certain description in order to act out the roles of what was going to be patriarchy, right? And there were so many movies, books written about this, of how, there were going to be different hierarchies, right? The royal families were the first one with the knowledge. And then you had the royal families as well as the church. That was the second authority, power, right? So you had the royal families, but then people started losing trust in royal families because they were abusing of their power to have all kinds of fuckery happening in their palace, right? Like all kinds of debauchery. Come on now. And anyways, so people started losing trust, and then they had to pay tax on their own land. Like who do they thought they were? And then they started having wars because of that. Like people would go to war to have a king changed or a queen, like people would rebel against that because there was too much abuse, right? That's why when you look at, those movies, those historical movies, you have like high fences, like, like you have high walls surrounding the palace because they needed protection. They needed to protect themselves. Man, these people were thieves. long time thieves. For real. So people started losing trust in the royal system or royal structure. And then that's when the agreement got passed on to the church, right? The religions. And so all religions came at different parts of that timeline, of that era, because they served a purpose. Okay, they all served a purpose. So, what am I saying? I need to stop. Let me stop. So just going back to men, right? Right now, what we are being called to do is to do something that we would like have a different behavior than what we would usually do or be. All right. If you were the type to be cold and detached, maybe it's time to take a risk in acknowledging those emotions and however they come out. Just allow yourself to be in a safe space. Don't do that, when, there's people around. Like, you really gotta isolate yourself. And when I mean isolate, what I'm trying to say is, be present for those that are under your protection and under your guidance, but find time for yourself to address those issues. Get clear with yourself, maybe at night or early in the morning. You gotta find time to do these things. And I'm sending love to everybody, everyone who is experiencing, those difficult times. Everybody is going through something. Whether they acknowledge it or not, they are going through something. And it is just a matter of time before that pressure cooker jumps, like the top jumps, like literally, like, you know what I'm trying to say. So right now, everybody's in the pressure cooker. Some are maybe not in the pressure cooker because they got out of there before the lid was put on top. So those that recognize the signs, those that reads, right, the position of the planets, had time to prepare, and they've been preparing for at least a decade. Some generations been preparing for like over, I don't even know. Since that era started, you already had, it's like a fight of power, right? When you look at different mythologies and angels and demons, you had all these mythologies of, who had the power, who overtook the power, then in which hands was it in? What was the risk of the other camp taking it? So it was always a fight between right and wrong, or good or bad, or evil and right, or evil and good. Like, there was always that fight. When you look at superheroes, Marvels, that's just what it is, right? Battling internal battles of choices that we make constantly in our everyday, that brings us in alignment to where we're supposed to be and who we're supposed to be, or it does the opposite. But right now, we're in a time where those that still choose to ignore are going to be pressured. They're going to feel the pressure even more so to start, taking out the masks. The masks need to come off, all of them, right? Because, because this is life or death. Like the revolution will not be televised, right? The revolution will not be televised. So it's an internal revolution. It's the battling of you, yourself, and all aspects of yourself. Have you acknowledged all aspects of yourself? Have you identified which aspect of yourself do you struggle the most with? Identify it. And I want to say, all of us, because we've gone through that era of bondage, we all struggled with our femininity, our feminine essence, because it was denied. When you look at Christianity, it talks about le Père, le Fils et le Saint-Esprit, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. But when I look at that, I'm questioning it, because when I look at nature is comprised of males and females, right? It takes, and I know some are going to say, yes, but you got frogs that are androgynous and all these things. And yes, it is part of nature to acknowledge all possibilities, right? And then there are so many species that were extinct, extinct? I don't even know the word. That were no longer, that they were very few. And so they would go and, I don't even want to say anything. I don't even know which word am I. Okay, so just to say, right now is the time to really start addressing the parts of ourselves that we don't want to show to anybody else. We need to address that. And we also need to address the part of ourselves that we ignore, our emotions, our heart. What do we really think that we are worthy of? We are worthy of love. We're worthy of being unconditionally loved, and that exists. But it does not exist in this realm. It exists only within. But before you get to that love, you're going to have to acknowledge all parts of yourself. All parts of yourself. Wow. I don't know if y'all seen that. But the way the 3 unfolded was special. Okay. So we got 633. 633. Oh, wow. And the way it's positioned. Oh, wow. That's funny. Wow. So what I'm getting with this 633 number, it's your manifestations has fully arrived. They're fully here. You are successfully manifesting. And you are successfully manifesting the world that you see within. And the world that you see within is also acknowledging all parts of yourself. The world that you see within is comprised of many different roles, many different identities. You can't just be one of you. There are many of them. You know what I do sometimes? Okay, that's going to be a little advice or just a little game. Okay, let's call it a game because we like games. Okay. So imagine yourself in the bathroom. Okay. I have a three-way mirror. But what do? I take both sides of the mirror, both ends, and then I just fold them towards me. And then I stop, and then I acknowledge that when I put both ends parallel and they're facing one another, and I put my head inside, I can see infinity possibilities of me. And then what I do when I look at myself like that, I look in all three mirrors and I see that there can be infinite possibility of me. And so I acknowledge all of them. I say, hey, what's up? What's good? What's going on, my people? What's good? Like I have a full dialogue of who am I talking to? Their name, their age, whatever. Right? And so there are many, many things that you can do when you look at yourself in the mirror. It's not to, some will use mirror or mirror manifestation to try to try to overtake an identity by repeating some things, by thinking of some things. And that's dark. Okay, that's dark magic. That's using the tool with bad intentions or evil intentions. Okay. And then the activity that I'm suggesting here, it's for you to start realizing that you are limitless. It's for you to start realizing that you're bigger than, what you've been told, okay, or what has been sold to us to believe. So when you start, talking, so when I start having that dialogue in the mirror, I'm having it with all infinite possibilities, but more so the with the soul key, with my soul purpose. So every time I'm talking to the different aspects of me through that mirror, I'm also, talking to them as, the one who is guiding everybody within that mirror or the infinite possibilities to, where we need to go. It's like a leader. You're in that bathroom or you're in your room and you literally do that and you're going to feel a sense of limitless, even though you're just one drop in an ocean of possibilities, because we are all unique expressions of that oneness. But we all have a place, you understand? Our drop is not like it's a drop, but when it hits the ocean, it becomes this one mass. You understand? So, what am I saying? Okay, let me stop. So yes, successful manifestations, because you've identified your sources of pleasure. You've identified where you needed to acknowledge certain things. You've brought to light whatever was kept in the dark. And that's what you need to do right now. Whoever I'm talking to, man or woman, because we all have that masculine essence. Okay, so that was for the angel members. What am I being called to do? What am I being called to do? Hey, what I'm being called to do? Hey, hey, what I've been called to do. Okay. So it's funny how I have a deck called the Divine Feminine. Not the Divine Masculine, but have to say all of that for real. Okay. So basically, you have to see yourself as, so let's say for instance you're using my tool, okay, the three-way mirror. That's one of the tools that I started applying on my journey. And it's funny because I got it out of a book, but the book was not instructing you how to do this. It was giving you an idea, but then it was not, letting you know exactly, how to do it. The rest was up for your imagination to think about this. So the way I do it is, is very different. It's going to be different for each and every one of us, but it's just a way of connecting with all parts of yourself. And yeah, there are many, many things, many tools. So let me stop. Okay, so why have I picked the Divine Feminine deck is because this is the message that the woman want to tell you. This is the message, my Divine Masculine, that woman want to tell you. So when I say woman, I'm talking about what your counterpart, what your Divine Feminine wants to tell you. And when I say your counterpart, I'm mostly talking about the other half that is within you. So you gotta look at it as if, it's your feminine counterpart. How do you want to be with your feminine counterpart? Don't necessarily think about a person, but how do you want to bring value to her? Or how do you want to show her that she's valuable to you, right? Or that you see how worthy she is. But you have to see it in yourself first, right? You have to acknowledge, your masculinity. You have to acknowledge that you are that masculine that she needs. You are that. But you have to be that for yourself first. How are you going to protect your divine or your feminine counterpart if you have not protected yourself? Right? You wanna provide, let's say, some form of home environment for your feminine aspect. How would you want to do that? By just getting her a house and a car? I mean, it's just by getting to know her, reassuring her that, you're a listening ear, all these things. But you cannot be that for someone else if you have not been that for yourself. That means that when you start being vulnerable with yourself, it's like you are starting to understand what it means to listen to someone else, because you would have had taken the time to listen to yourself, right? You want your Divine Feminine to confide in you, you want her to trust you, because maybe she's carrying burdens that you would have never imagined, right? But she would need to trust you. Like she's gonna need to entrust you with her life. You understand? And she's someone important in all realms, especially spiritual. She's gonna want you to protect her with your life, literally. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to do that for yourself? Are you willing to protect your truth, your existence, your livelihood, your peace, your happiness, right? Are you willing to protect that with your life? If yes, then yeah, you are on the right path. And if you're finding it hard to understand, then you have to understand that if you cannot give up your life for yourself. You're not going to be able to do it for someone else. When I say give up your life, when I say give up your life, I'm mostly talking about the life that you've been living. Not necessarily, like, we're changeable, okay? We can adapt, we can change, we can evolve. But it all depends. It all depends on, how open are we to change? How adaptable are we to change? That's why I say, every time you come here, you have to experiment. You experiment with people, you experiment situations, you experiment family, you experiment so many things. And so many things are there to keep you trapped. So many things. So, did y'all not hear me? So many things trying to keep you trapped. Listen up. Listen up. So we got the first divine feminine that wants to speak up is Ariadne. She's the mistress of the labyrinth. Listen up. My soul knows the way, and the only way out is through. Did y'all hear this big bang? Okay. So what she's saying is, maybe you're feeling lost right now. Maybe you're feeling like there's no way out. Maybe you're feeling like you don't know where to go. You don't know what to do. Sit down with yourself and breathe, please. Whoever you are, sit down with yourself and please breathe. Hold yourself down. Hold yourself down. Put yourself some nice music. And go and breathe. Go and breathe. Drink some water and breathe. Don't do anything else. Stop scrolling. Just sit down and breathe. If you're listening to this right now, I want you to sit down and breathe. Don't do anything else. Just listen to my voice. Sit down and breathe, please. It's just going to take a few seconds. Sit down and breathe. It's all right. You're not alone. We're all together in this. I know it's hard. I know. But trust that you are here for a purpose. You are here to walk. You are here to walk on purpose. You are worthy. I love you. Know it. And please continue to go. Sit down and breathe. Breathe. You inhale through your nose. You exhale through your mouth. Call on Ariadne. Ask for your soul to be led. Ask that your soul leads you. So please lead me. Tell me exactly what I need to do, but just lead me right now because my body is tired. My mind is tired of thinking. My mind is overanalyzing. I'm about to reboot. Right? So allow your soul to speak up. Allow your soul to take over. Just surrender and breathe. And how much your body is aching. How much your heart is burning. How much your head is spinning. I want you to keep on breathing. Keep on breathing. Keep on breathing. And then we got Fatima. Fatima is the mother of Imams. Love is my lineage, and gratitude is my religion. I'll say that again. Love is my lineage, and gratitude is my religion. So as we are going through hard times, I want you to have compassion for yourselves, please. I have compassion for you, all of you, because I have compassion for myself too. Know that every step that you take, every breath that you take is life confirming you that you're still here. It's life allowing you to understand that you're still here. You're needed right now. You know how many people we don't have all the information, okay? Everybody is going through something. Now, depending on how you've prepared yourself mentally and emotionally, probably because you've been through something, now's the time to integrate it, utilize it. It's going to help you. If you've been doing yoga for the past year, do some yoga, please. If you've been dancing and you enjoy dancing, put some music and dance. If you've been, however you've been finding pleasure, that is not necessarily toxic, but that is pleasurable. It can be a movie. You love comedy. Please put you some Bernie Mac. Something. Okay? You know NATO? No, I don't know no NATO. Like, put you something funny. Watch whatever comedy is out there. It's going to make you laugh. Okay? Enjoy. If you like dark humor, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm just dark humor is fun too. So yeah, go on and laugh. But that's just after you have picked up your breath. After you have recentered yourself in your body. After you've done that, go and do something that is fulfilling for you. It can be a hot cocoa. It could be a cup of tea, a cup of herbal something. You know, put some nuts in your mouth. Something hearty. Something coming from the soil. It can be a fruit, a vegetable. Peaches are good. If you have peaches, that's good. Oranges, even apples. Try to sweeten, right? Or put some honey in your tea. Just do something nice for you right now. Okay? Don't think of anything else. Go put on you probably had a movie that you wanted to watch. Go watch that movie. Okay? If it's something that you wanted to do that's been on your mind, and like reading a book, probably you have a book that you haven't read, or there's something something that's just gonna have your mind relax. Do something joyful, please, all of you. Cook if you are into cooking. I baked the bread today, and then we did some spring rolls, me and my children, and that was fun. That was cool. That taking the mind out of what we have allowed our mind to be today. So Fatima, okay, what's really, really special about Fatima? Fatima is the mother of all Imams. So what that is saying is she is the actual mother of all divine masculine, because Imams, if you know in Islam, Imams are very knowledgeable. They know the Quran, they know how to recite, they do the prayer, they are in front for everybody behind to follow them. So they are a huge authority figure in that faith, in that religion. So if you hear that this woman, Fatima, is the mother of all Imams, Fatima was actually the first Wait a minute, hold on. Let me not say anything. Wait. I don't want to be in the wrong here. You know, let me not say some false information here that's going to have people jump on my page and say, yo, you know what? You are all blasphemizing. Who do you think you are? Oh man, that's funny. Y'all think it's funny? Oh yeah. This is the times in which we live, so we got to be cautious on what we say. No, we're not allowing that. So I'm just in the booklet trying to get y'all who is Fatima in Islam, because I'm thinking so Khadija is the Prophet's peace be on his soul. It was his wife, his first wife, I think. And so let me not say something. Let me not. Are we getting to that? I just really want to get y'all, because I feel like it's important to understand why that card came out. That's why I love these decks. I think that they're very informative, and they're not biased. That's what I like too. You know, you're gonna have all the information. Well, not all the information, but you're gonna have like an overview of understanding. You know, a little bit of okay. So Fatima. Okay. So Fatima embodies the love and fulfillment that comes from loving in a state of gratitude. Fatima birth. Okay. Wait a minute. Fatima bint Muhammad was born in the early 7th century and is the only child of Khadija and the Prophet. Oh, so she's the daughter. Okay, so she's the daughter of the Prophet. Okay. She's associated with the title, the mother of her father, because she cared for Muhammad after her mother died. Oh, I see. So when the Prophet's mother died, it's his daughter. Wait a minute, hold on now. So her daughter cared for him, so much so that she was kind of like the caregiver. You understand? So she was the caregiver for her father because he had lost his mom. And that is why she's venerated and she has a lot of respect in the faith. But what I'm also understanding with this, she was bearing a burden that was not hers to carry. And that was grief. She had to carry grief for her dad to get over with. And that is not an easy burden to carry, especially if you're a child. Do you understand? Just let's put ourselves in context, okay? You have a dad, okay? You're a little girl, you have your dad, and your dad is not alone. He has his wife, and then his mother dies. But then when his mother dies, I don't know if the wife stayed or was she even available? But it's the daughter that decided to be by her dad's side. But do you understand that when you lose someone that you love, like your mom, let's say for instance, do you understand that you're not going to be emotionally available for nobody around? You're not going to be able to be emotionally available, first of all, to yourself, but to anybody around, especially if you're a man. Men like to hide shit. They like to hide their emotions. But do you understand that by doing that, if you have a child, right, and your child, even though your child is young, the child feels everything, right? We all know children feel everything. I just have a small mood swing, and I'll have one of my boys come up to me and be like, "Mommy, are you okay?" I'm like, "Yes, I am." Just because I had a fast thought that passed through my mind, I will have like one of them on me. "Are you okay, Mom?" I'm like, "Yep, I'm fine." Like they catch me all the time. So yeah, children feel everything. Children can feel when they feel abandonment, when they feel rejected. Children feel all these things. If mommy or daddy is unavailable, they will feel it, okay? But when I hear Fatima's story, she was a child, but she chose to have a greater love because, you know, she was just a child. She could have said, "No, I'm a child and I'll still be a child. You man up and take care of me." Okay? But that's not what she did. She took the burden from her dad, and probably it affected her in ways where, or maybe didn't affect her in ways that would have probably affected others. She was still able to love him. She was still able to show him love and gratitude, right? This is what it says here. It says, love is my lineage, and gratitude is my religion. So she was able to love her dad. She had a love for her dad, even when she could have felt rejected and abandoned. But she had a greater love for her dad. One that only one with wisdom and experience, like you could, like you had to had come in this lifetime at least 100 times. So like she had a wisdom of 100-year-old woman to be able to understand what her dad was going through by losing someone he truly loved. Okay, so that's special. That's a special message coming from Fatima, which is another divine feminine. Okay, so the last message is coming from Mira Bay, the saint of true freedom. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. Yeah. Isn't that what one of those angel messages was saying? It was 441, and then I said you were coming in union with all parts of yourself. This is exactly what she's saying. Let me read it again. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. Your soul is comprised of many possibilities of you. When you understand that your only commitment is to your soul, That's when you understand that you are married to you have love for all possibilities that present itself to you. And then love again, there's love and then there's tough love. Okay? Let's just not always be in that love and light thing. If someone needs a beating, there will be one. And that's called tough love. So yes, I do want to say that tough love is also part of love. When our parents are raising us, they sometimes have to, show us who are the parents. So that's tough love. And so what I want to say about love is the first love that you have to have is the one to your soul. Because when you understand your worth, when you understand who you are, who you truly are, and how connected and how privileged you are, then you have gratitude, and you also recognize that you have a greater perspective of all things and people and situation that arises in your life. You're not necessarily there to judge or criticize, but it depends as well. As long as the love that you exude for yourself, or that you have for yourself, is also respected by others. Because the love you have for yourself, right, is the only most precious connection that you can ever have, is the one to yourself. Right? We come into this world by ourselves. We don't come with, our daughters. I mean, yes, actually, women do come with their eggs. And they come with their grandchildren's eggs as well. So we carry in our wombs, we carry like the seeds of maybe, I would say, 7 generations is what we are carrying in our seeds. So, okay. In a seed, a seed holds infinity possibility of seeds. Is that what you wanted me to say? A seed holds infinite possibilities of a seed. Yes. Oh my God, it's so true. Because what happened when that seed is planted? That seed turns into a tree that bears fruits. And then what are in those fruits? Seeds. You can plant that seed. It's going to grow again. And what are you going to bear? Fruits that have seeds. And then you're going to plant them again. So it's repetitive cycles. Right? Just like our menstrual cycles. It's repetitive cycles. And they come with infinite abundance of seeds. And that, my friend, is wealth. I don't know what else to tell you, but that is wealth. And so, oh man, let me stop there. Okay, so yes, all of this to say, let's be hopeful. 'Cause I'm hopeful, yes I am hopeful for today. Take this music and use it. Let it take you away. And be hopeful, hopeful that he'll make a way. I know it ain't easy, but that's okay, 'cause we hopeful. Yeah. So now I'm on this other deck. So that was the message from our Divine Feminines. I'm 54 minutes into this. I really like what I do. I really do. I really like what I do. I really like what I do. And it's so cool. I really like what I do. Ooh, ooh. Mm-hmm. What is the message from the Phoenix? The Phoenix. What is the message from the Phoenix? So 3 messages. I'm thinking we're all going in 3s. Actually, no, this is 4. Okay. Your assumptions are what? Okay, affirm what you desire. This is... Go outside, take some fresh breaths. It's time to take flight. This is what our Phoenix are saying. But what is this one? Vos interrogations sont fondées. That is a funny one. Oh, so what I'm getting with this is, wait a minute, hold on. So what they're saying with the first card is, take the time to look at each option. Take the time. Reflection is necessary right now. Ask yourself some questions and listen to the Phoenix for some answers. Whatever you're going to feel, whatever you're going to hear, whatever you're going to smell, whatever your body is going to feel, the Phoenix is going to answer you. The Phoenix will tell you not to dwell into overthinking, is what I'm getting with this card. So stop the overthinking. Analyze things by asking yourself some questions. Why am I feeling this way? What is wrong with me? Can I get clarity on that feeling? Or I'm feeling frustrated. Why is that? And then allow for your pen to just write whatever it feels like saying. Allow for your breath to stay anchored in your body, anchored in what you feel. And it's only through your breath that you can come into a space of relaxation. And then just allow for whatever to come out to come out. Go out. Go outside. Take even 5 minutes walks, 10 minutes walks. And if you can go into a park, like if you live in big cities, go to a park or try to get yourself into nature. Admire nature. And start asking yourself, what are you worthy of? What are you worthy of? Peace of mind, harmony, love, unconditional love, creativity. What are you worthy of, my divine masculines? Do you know your worth? Okay. We're gonna go with a few qualities right now to embody. And when I say qualities, it's just, you know, we're still living in a world where, I mean, it's just little things. How can we better? Oh, wow. All these cards fell out. Wow. Okay. Okay. Huh. So the first card that I get is, I love your wisdom. What inspires me, or what you inspire in me is your wisdom, is one of the first cards that I got. Yep. The second card is, what you inspire in me is your spontaneity. You can be spontaneous. What I like about you is your smile that has a positive impact on all of us. The chimpanzee. The chimpanzee. Yes, the chimpanzee. You adapt easily to all situations. That's what I like about you. You're like a chameleon. Chameleon. And then what I like about you is you're very attentive to details, like a mice, or like a mouse, more so. And what I like about you is you establish easy and natural connection with others. The dolphin. You're very, very approachable is what I want to say. So I don't know if it's qualities that you already have within you. Acknowledge them. Acknowledge all the good qualities you have within. We have the chameleon. I'm sure you had to adapt to so many situations that you did not want to, but you've done it. You've adapted. You've allowed yourself to change. You probably went from, you had to talk to different people. You had to show a different side of yourself. You're a chameleon. There's not that many people that can do that. You understand? And then you have easy communication skills, right? You're very approachable. When people come at you, they can talk to you very easily. They're not afraid, or, you're very open in that way. Like a dolphin. It's very cute, very cool. And then you're very detail oriented, right? You're really like looking at all the details, and you make sure that things, I wouldn't say perfection, but you're very detail oriented. And you can be spontaneous too. So all these things, you have to acknowledge all the things that you feel is true to you, about you, your qualities. Acknowledge them. Acknowledge them, all of them. Now, I probably named a few here, but you know yourself more than me. So acknowledge all the qualities within you. Acknowledge them. Acknowledge them is very important. You have to give yourself some props. What you've accomplished thus far. People, you're still alive. Trust me, it is something right now. In these times we're living in, being alive is a luxury. Being alive is going to become a luxury. So find yourself something that you love doing. Research. Read. Talk to yourself. Probably you're not feeling talkative to other people, but talk to yourself. Why not? I hold monologues all the time. I hold monologues all the time. Okay, it's not monologues. I'm sorry. I'm really dialoguing, okay? It's true. Oh, I apologize. It's true. Like, you need to speak. You need to talk. Because, yo, I'm going to say this. Like, you're not alone. You got a whole spiritual team with you. You got people that passed on that are with you right now. They're with you right now. Sometimes you're probably thinking about them. It's because they are here with you right now. You just need to call on their name. You know, ask for their comfort. Ask for their support. Ask that they guide you. They show you the way, or, you know, that they come and talk to you in your dream state. Allow for your spiritual team to connect with you, because they're going to really help you out. And that's why when I pulled the cards, that's the Phoenix said, you know, get into nature. Nature is part of you. Your first ancestors, if you are of this realm or partly of this realm. And when I say this realm, I'm talking about, you know, the 3D reality, planet Earth. Okay? So when it pertains to planet Earth, you know, the first ancestors was water, right? What's it called? What's the molecular name for water? H2O? H2O? So it's comprised of 2 H2O. So 1 atom of hydrogen and 2 atoms of oxygen. That's what gives you water. So when you understand that your body is comprised of 70% of water, and then you understand that all things needs water, right? Plants, they need water. Your child is in your womb, and your womb is comprised of water, right? The placenta and the whole amniotic sac is comprised of liquids, of water. We call it fluid, but it's water. So water surrounds us. It's within us. It's out of us. And water is very important. That's one of our first ancestors. And then we got what? Air. Oxygen. If we don't have air, we cannot breathe. So we die. That's your other ancestor. Right? And then what you got? Earth, soil, all the minerals. Now, I don't know if you remember physics. I loved physics. I actually did love physics. And chemistry too. And what I liked about physics is, you know, the element, or the tables of elements. And you have all of them. And now it's even more advanced, and you have illustrations. I find it cute. But like, when you look at all of them, you're like, wow, like this is huge. Like that's wealth. All the things that you can invent with those minerals, right? We have cell phones today, and it's partly due to a mineral that is found in, you know, on the soil of Congo in Africa. Right? But then look at why is there so much immigration. Congolese leaving their country because of wars that are funded by those different governmental entities, right, hidden in the dark, that are going to fund these wars just so that they are distracted with dead bodies on their hands, and those entities infiltrate the country with those corporations that are under their state name and state jurisdiction, right? And then what? The soil does not belong to the country anymore. What? Are you serious? Yep. That's why Chinese are buying land in Africa. Is because once they come with their contracts, do you think all of them, all those government officials and people in power take the time to read those contracts? Those contracts stipulate that when they come on the land does not belong to the state anymore. It belongs to the land of China. For real though. So we're not saying anything, but in 20 years from now, I'm telling y'all, if y'all I'm talking to my African diaspora, if y'all don't go back home on the motherland and start, buying up some pieces of land, running down some business, making sure your alliances, you're bringing your business now, not as an American, but as a converted, whatever country you're going to be in, because that's very important to do that. Make sure that you buy land. You have to buy land. If we don't buy land, in 30 years from now, you're going to have African people living on Chinese soil. Yo, that's some fucked up shit. You're going to have African people living on Chinese soil. And then when you're going to look at the map, not the geographical one or the historical one, they're going to have to create a new map, economical one, meaning the land that does no longer belong to the people is going to be mapped with whatever originated land. That is some fucked up shit. I'm sorry, but I gotta say it like that. So we gotta wake up. We got to wake up. So the messages from my archangels. So we got, no, for real though. Mature, pratique, généreuse et heureuse. Prenez soin de vous et des gens que vous aimez. Vous avez la capacité d'embellir tout ce que vous touchez. Conseil pratique et sage. Okay, is that the Queen of Pentacles? Conseil pratique et sage. Prenez soin de vous et des gens que vous aimez. Yeah, I think that's the Pentacle. Wait, let me see. What's this? Faites ce que vous aimez. Période d'évolution personnelle dans la carrière ou les projets artistiques. Travailler avec les autres dans la coopération. Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, it's the Queen of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. Wow. So what I'm getting with these two is the more you do self-work, the more you do some introspection, you plant the right seeds, and you can do this tonight, or if you have not done it yet, do it tonight. The seeds of dream, the dream person that you want to be, the dream world in which you want to live, in which you want to contribute in. How is that world? What does that world looks for you? Sit with yourself. Ask the question, how is my dream world looks for me? What am I, or how am I contributing to that world? And envision that. Allow the feeling to come and to really embrace those feelings. Because what that's gonna do is that's going to materialize and realize in this realm. and you're going to attract people that are going to be specifically assigned to help you build your world. Not that they're not going to be creating their world of their own, but it's just going to mesh. It's just going to blend in. It's like their world is their world is going to be a puzzle of your world. It's like tiny bits of puzzles coming together. So let's say your dream is to become, I don't know, I'll say a fashion designer. You've dreamed about this ever since you were young, but you probably kept it on the back burner. But you've always been sketching. You've always liked the fabric. You've always loved, I don't know, the shoes and the combination and the matching of clothing and the textiles right? And then, but you've always kept that in the dark, or you never addressed it because, I don't know, probably sometime growing up, you had a big event that kind of just, or traumatized you into believing that, you were not worthy of having that dream coming true. Or you probably had insecurities that developed into thinking that you were no longer worthy of that dream. So you just kept it aside, and then you moved on to something that was more stable, or that was more, status, socially acceptable, and it qualified in your groups, or you qualified and you went up in status, whatever it is. But now it is asking you to do the opposite. Instead of dedicating time to your external reality, focus on the type of world you want to bring into reality. And as you do that, you're going to attract different parts, different people that are going to play a part in your world as much as you're going to play a part in their world. And so it's kind of like going to be like little tiny pieces of a puzzle that's going to be the new, right? The realization of all those tiny pieces coming together and building a huge realm that differs from the previous one that we had, or that we were living in. And then we got Gabriel, the Knight of Wands. Assurance, enthusiasm, courage, and charisma. Il est temps de penser à l'acte, de passer à l'acte. Une grande passion pour une cause. Savoir par instinct quoi faire. So yes, as you are taking the time to go within and listen in and ask the deeper questions, why are you here? What is your purpose? Because you're going to grieve. You're going to continue to have these emotions, but there needs to be a part of integration. After feeling, after processing, after acknowledging the emotions, after having to transmute the energy by doing something creative that you like, then you have to go back and ask yourself the deeper questions and then write them. Why are you here? What is your purpose? What have you come here to do? What is your dream? Who are you? Who are you really? What are you worthy of? What are your dreams? And then you write them down, especially right now, because we are in the good times of the new moon. And whatever seed you plant, stay in that feeling of having to watch your seeds go into the ground, into the soil, and slowly but surely having little roots that come out, and then the seed grows in heights, and then it becomes a beautiful plant, a beautiful realized dream. That's what you have to visualize and be in that feeling, just allowing things to unfold for you, allowing the attraction of your real soul tribe to come to you. By acting, by continuing to maybe help someone out there, by continuing to have hope, by continuing to do something that is creative to you, passionate to you. Be bold. Take that first step. If it was a dream job that you've always wanted to be, start looking for that dream job. If it was to build a business, start looking at the various ways to build that business. If it was to, become a leader of this new world, then start taking I don't know. I don't even know. Just be authentic. Authentic in your own way. Speak your truth. And don't ever budge from it. Okay, you guys. Yo, I think we made it through. So I'm gonna end this live. I hope you enjoyed the message. You know, you're brave, you're strong, and you are infinitely loved. And just keep going. Everybody, keep going. It's time to ascend. It's time to fly. It's time to be hopeful. Utilize your faith. For many of us right now is hard, but we have to exercise our faith. Exercise your faith. Your way is going to be shown. Exercise your faith. Believe. Okay, you guys? So I'm going to end it here. I hope you take care of your minds, your hearts, and your entire being. And until then, we are together. And I love you. Bye.